In the Mahabharata, some names stand in sunlight: Arjuna, Bhishma, Krishna, Draupadi. But beneath the river, another name moves quietly: Ulupi. She is often remembered as a brief episode in Arjuna's exile. Yet the epic gives her knowledge, agency, and the courage to be misunderstood. Arjuna was away from Indraprastha, keeping the vow that followed the brothers' agreement about Draupadi. He traveled through sacred places with ascetics and brahmanas. The warrior who could shake a battlefield was now a pilgrim, moving beside rivers, fires, hymns, and difficult discipline. One day he entered the Ganga for ablutions and offerings to the ancestors. When he rose from the sacred water and turned back toward the fire, the river seemed to choose him. A power from below drew him downward, not as an attack, but as a summons from a hidden world. Below the water stood the mansion of Kauravya, king of the Nagas. This was not a nightmare realm. It had order, lineage, and sacred duty. Arjuna saw a fire there and performed rites before it, a flame burning where no flame should burn. Then Ulupi revealed herself. She was the daughter of Kauravya, born in the line of Eratha. She was not a monster from the deep. She had seen Arjuna and desired him, but she also spoke as someone who understood law, vow, and need. Arjuna remembered his vow of brahmacharya during exile. Ulupi did not dismiss the vow. She argued with it. His exile, she said, came from a rule connected to Draupadi's chamber. Her plea was different, and compassion toward one seeking refuge was also duty. At sunrise, Ulupi returned Arjuna to the Ganga. Before they parted, she gave him a boon: no creature of the water would overcome him. Then the story moved on. Arjuna continued toward other destinies. Ulupi remained below the surface. Years passed. Kurukshetra ended. Bhishma fell. Drona fell. Karna fell. The Pandavas won a kingdom soaked in grief. Later, for Yudhishthira's Ashvamedha sacrifice, a white horse wandered through the lands, and Arjuna followed as its guardian. The horse reached Manipura, where Vabhruvahana ruled. He was Arjuna's son by Chitrangada, and he came with respect. He bowed before his father. But Arjuna rebuked him. A guardian of the sacrificial horse expected a challenge, not a peaceful welcome. Then Ulupi rose from the earth. The woman of the river entered the battlefield of dust. She urged Vabhruvahana to fight Arjuna. It could look like jealousy. It could look like revenge. But Ulupi carried knowledge no one else on that field understood. Vabhruvahana hesitated. Before him stood his father, the great archer. Behind him stood the duty of a king. Ulupi's words forced him toward the path Arjuna himself had demanded. The son lifted his bow. The father accepted the challenge. The duel began. Arrows crossed in the air like lightning. Arjuna saw his son's strength and praised it, even in battle. Then Vabhruvahana's shaft struck Arjuna down. The invincible warrior fell, and the field went still. Chitrangada came to the field and saw devastation. Her husband had fallen. Her son was broken by what his own hands had done. In grief, she turned toward Ulupi, because Ulupi had demanded the battle. No one yet knew why. Only then did Ulupi reveal the Naga gem, the jewel with the power to restore life. She told Vabhruvahana to set it upon Arjuna's chest. The son who had struck his father down now became the one through whom his father would rise. Arjuna opened his eyes as if waking from deep sleep. The grief on the field changed into wonder. Vabhruvahana was released from despair. Chitrangada saw that Ulupi's strange cruelty had been hiding a purpose. Ulupi explained the secret. After Bhishma's fall, the Vasus had been angered. The curse that followed Arjuna could not be ignored. To fall by his own son was the expiation that freed him. Ulupi had heard, understood, and waited. Arjuna did not condemn her. He understood that Ulupi had not sought his humiliation. She had allowed him to fall so he could rise free of the curse. Ulupi had chosen the path where she would look guilty until the truth arrived. Some heroes win by striking. Ulupi's courage was stranger. She carried the pain of being misunderstood and saved the warrior who never saw the curse. Beneath the famous names of the Mahabharata, Ulupi moves quietly. When the time comes, she does what no one else can bear to do.